Welcome to Have You Read Any Good Books? I'm Mavis Applewater, and joining us today is artist, award-winning author Jessie Chandler. Welcome, Jessie.
Hi,
Long time.
it has been a long time.
Oh my goodness. Artist. I always forget that part. You recently made some artwork for Lynn Ames Out of the Plate. I was looking at your website.
I did, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And all links to everything we're talking about will be listed in the description below. And feel free, folks, to hit like and subscribe, visit the gift shop, all that fun crap. But
Do
most,
that stuff to
that's support the
this
channel, please.
great thing.
Yeah, but most importantly, Shanghai Murder.
Shanghai Murder. I actually
Hey,
have the real thing as of
oh, look
yesterday.
at the cover. I love the cover.
Thank you.
Shay,
I do too. It's a fantastic cover.
yeah, Shay
I think it's my favorite.
O'Halloran, her band of misfits leave Minnesota high on voodoo donuts and caffeine, heading to Portland, Oregon. That reminded me, I had a collegiate feel when I read that. Like caffeine and donuts, traveling cross country. Oh wow, that was something I would do in college
Yeah.
or now because I'm kind of like that. I
Well,
have,
these are good for all kinds of things.
yeah, I have to tell you, I have this thing. There's certain things in life that I'm like, really, that's about the Shanghai tunnels. I just go gaga over it. I'm
Yeah,
just
me too.
fascinated.
Even in Seattle, there's tunnels under Seattle, and actually, it's a town. Seattle was initially built, or part of it was, on the river or the sound, and then it would keep flooding. So they
Oh,
decided to raise the entire town up. So they made a ceiling basically over the old town. And so the real town now is up above that, and you can go down and tour the old spaces, and it's got the hotel and the tavern and all of the stuff is still down there. So
oh,
I
you had me at tavern.
I really want to go see that too.
That sounds awesome. Was the last time we were in Portland, we did get a chance because a little glitch happened. We were there for a conference, and one of my books was being released at the conference, but didn't show up like last day. So the one day we went sightseeing, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's here. We have to go back."
Yeah,
So the Pacific Northwest, which is where you reside now, from what I understand,
I I do.
ah, great area of the country.
It is amazing out here. Yeah,
I
it
was
really
talking.
is.
A couple other writers are out that way. I've been talking to Annette Moray and Virginia Black. That's awesome.
Hmm. Yep.
Oh, very inspiring, I guess. So, Shanghai Murder. This is book 6 or 7. Wait a minute. We've got Bingo Barge Murder, Hide and Snake Murder. I'm looking at my notes here. Pickle in the Middle Murder. I love your titles. Chip off
Thank you.
the Ice Block Murder. Come on, I love that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Blood Money Murder. This is 6, right? Number 6.
This is number 6. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I love a good mystery, but your mysteries are fun too. They're not just
Yeah,
a
you
mystery.
know, I like to call him kind of a cross between Carol Burnett, Scooby-Doo, and then Clive Cussler for your action adventure mystery people who like a ticking time clock. So I kind of mush all that together and all kinds of crazy things occur.
Ah, that's awesome. Well, I found that you could go anywhere in this world and you could be forgiven for being an American if you just say Scooby Doo.
Scooby does go a long way for things.
It does. It's just like Scooby Doo. Oh, ruh okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were in Minnesota for a long time, and
I
life
was.
changes. We move on, and
Yep.
now you're in
Yep.
the Midwest. And Shay has moved on, apparently.
Well, she's still gonna be in Minneapolis, but she's gonna
Okay.
travel here and there. My whole idea initially for this series was that each book would take place in a different location.
Okay.
So book 2 went down to New Orleans, and
Yes, it
then
did.
my editor said, "Well, the powers that be would really like this to just be a regional situation." So I had to keep Shay in Minneapolis and the
Okay.
surrounding area.
So
So now,
Bingo Barge was Noah, and
yes, yes. So now Shay's with Bella Bella books, and thank you, Bella, for taking on Shay. So now I can let Shay go wherever she wants to go. So this adventure is out in Portland.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bella Books, awesome group. It's got a nice mix. A couple of Bella authors coming up. Well,
Yeah.
Karen Callmaker's coming up, and
Oh yeah. Good one. That's a
yeah,
really good one.
and Bella and Boldstrokes is kind of keeping me busy this month.
I bet
Yeah,
they are.
yes. Everyone's
Yeah.
coming out with new books. So May 21st,
May 21st.
they
May
changed the
21st
date,
is the big
but you
day.
can pre-order though.
You can pre-order. You can pre-order the ebook, I believe, through Bella, and you can order the print book, pre-order the print book through Amazon. I'm not sure Bella has that capability right now, but they send people to Amazon to pre-order the print book if you want that.
Right.
And once the 21st is done, go to Bella and order away. So
But there's also 5 books before this. Now,
there are, yes.
do you feel that Shay's story is standalone or
Each book will stand on its own. Um, if you like to follow character development and see, how they got to where they're at, it's fun to start at the beginning and then go through. But number 6 stands on its own just as well as number 1. So that's kind of the tricky thing with the series is you want people to be able to pick up that 5th book and still not be lost, but have a great time with it. But then maybe they're going to be interested in going back and be starting from the beginning as well.
now the tunnels?
The tunnels. It's all about the tunnels.
How much time did you spend it? I know you went in the tunnels. Come on.
I did. I did. So this was before COVID, and I want to say it was 2019. Lori Lake, who I'm staying with
Uh,
right now,
oh,
and
you're at Lori.
yes, and Judy Kerr and Mary Beth Panici and we have an annual writing retreat at Lori's here in Portland, and that's usually in October. And I had seen a story about these Shanghai tunnels, and I thought, oh my God, that'd be really cool to go see. And they
Right.
were doing tours out of Hobo's Bar down in it was close to Chinatown in downtown Portland,
Hmm.
or in Chinatown maybe. And so we went on the tour. There was a whole website for it or whatever. We signed up and went on the tour, and it was really incredible. Um, we met in the bar, and then we walked outside, and there's these 2 doors that opened up on the sidewalk, and then you go downstairs, kind of like you see in New York City sometimes.
Right.
And you go down, and it's a dirt floor, and we walked kind of into like an anteroom, like a lobby, but it's not really a lobby. But there's a bunch of old artifacts here and there, and there's on the far wall, the wall is sort of broken out, and you can see through the wall into another little room. And apparently, what they did back in the day, not only were the tunnels used to bring
Just for
goods
fun.
for fun. Yeah, they brought goods in from the river
Hmm.
into the Chinatown area to bring them in to transport them easier than trying to do it overland. And that's real for sure.
Hmm.
Um, and another use that happened was opium was big back in the late 1800s, and they had these opium dens. So the wall that was broken through, you could see a couple of bunks and then a stairway going up. And as they told us, this is one of the opium dens where people would come down and do their opium and then, leave. Um, it sure looked old, and it was very dusty and grunky, and I bought into that. And then they opened up this door, and we walked into this like underground cavern almost. And there was a box of shoes, old shoes that were left because one of the the main idea of the Shanghai tunnels for the person who might buy into this, because the city of Portland denies any of this ever happened, but yet there are some indications that some of this did happen. So what would happen is folks would go, men typically would go into, the bars when
Hmm.
they're off their ships or whatever, and they're having a good time, and the bartender may or may not put something in their drink that might make them really woozy. And there's a big trap door in the floor of the tavern, and that trap door can be sprung from behind the bar. So whoever is standing on that, bloop, down they go. And what they would drop into is what would be like a holding cell. And then the folks who are doing the shanghaiing broke glass, and they put shards of glass all over the ground in front of where these folks were locked in. So if they escaped, oh, they also took their shoes. I forgot to mention
Yeah.
that they took their shoes.
Hence
So
the
if they
shoes in
escaped,
the tunnel.
they're barefoot, and so that would be not very. Uh, it wouldn't work very well. So the first thing we saw was this huge box of really old shoes that were, it was like being excavated from the ground.
Hmm.
Like they had been dumped there for a long time and then stuff had been piled on top of them. Whether or not that was real, I don't know, but I thought it was fun.
Right.
Um, and the tunnels are now where we were at. We were able to go through a fair amount of, I don't know when I say a fair amount, like probably a basketball court size space, but it divided kind of into tunnels and areas.
That's a good size space.
It kind of was, yeah. But because of the building codes now, big buildings had to sink uh more concrete down or cement, whatever the combo is, to make those buildings sturdier in case of earthquake, which cut the tunnels. So you really can't get very far in the tunnels anymore. Um,
Um,
so that was very, very cool. And the guy who was doing the tour, he was really interesting, talked a little about the ghosts that were down there
oh,
and
see, I love that stuff.
yep, all of that kind of stuff. And we just had a great time. We had it, he led us through this kind of curvy area, and you had to duck down in one spot and go along a tunnel and come out on the other side. And it was great. We all had a great time. So that was excellent fodder for this. So
Now, being a writer who's had a long love affair with crime and Alfred Hitchcock and the Hardy Boys, immediately you said, "Oh, I got to write about this," right?
yes, yes. My first thought was Shay needed to be down there. Shay's my main character, and she needed to be down there and in trouble. So we came
Well,
back, all of us came back to Lori's house, and we did a lot of brainstorming, and that's where Shanghai Murder was born.
well, Shay has a and her gang, a band of misfits, I believe,
Hmm.
has her propensity for a little bit of trouble.
She does. She
That's
does. She
how that
manages to bring
happens.
in, well, it's not her that brings the trouble usually. It's everybody else who comes to Shay and brings the trouble. So she's always in some hot water somehow, one way or another.
Oh, Alfred Hitchcock. I'm reading some notes from I took from
Yeah.
your website.
Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators.
I loved Alfred Hitchcock as a kid. There was one I'll never forget. She kills the husband with the frozen leg of lamb and,
Okay.
and buries him in the garden, but she cooks it up for the police. So, oh, you boys must be tired. So she basically gets rid of the murder weapon that way.
He was something. He was
Yeah,
something.
I was like, that's so clever. And I'm a
Yeah.
kid. I'm a little kid watching this, going, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's a good way to get rid of the murder weapon."
Yeah. Yep.
My parents were nowhere did they were afraid, but crime is fascinating. So you let you loose in the Shanghai tunnels and go, "Oh my God, this is
Yeah.
a great place to put a body."
Yeah. Yeah. Shay, there's a dead body down there with Shay, and she's she's stuck there. She can't get out. So
Oh no.
that's where the trouble lies for her. Yeah.
This being a new book, I have not had the opportunity to read it. I will be reading it soon. I'm excited.
Well, I think it's a fun book. I think it's a really fun book. So I hope that it other people think it's a fun book too.
Well, it sounds like a fun book. I mean, you got a road trip in there, you got a dead body in the tunnels. And I personally, again, find the tunnels very fascinating.
Hmm.
Portland's an awesome city. So you got all and Portland's a very eclectic, really kitschy, sort of kickback city.
It is that the slogan is keep Portland weird, and it is weird.
Oh, like Austin, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
which is fun as well. I like Austin.
One of the weirdest things I found when I first came here, you have a road by your house,
Hmm.
and people go the two directions, and you park on one side facing one way, you park on the other side facing the other way. Well, not
Okay.
here. You
Oh,
just park any way you want on either side of the road, no matter which direction you're going. I
oh,
still find that
that would not work here. I mean, people do that, but usually drunk when they do it, but this is Las Vegas.
Yes, yes. We had when I was back in Minnesota, we had a car that I was driving I hit a deer and it was really smooshed over one
Ooh,
side. So
that's
we
yeah.
wound up pulling the car up on the side of the road, but facing the wrong direction, but parked. So the gunk would be facing the house. Then we got a
Mm,
ticket for that. So yeah, it wouldn't fly in Minnesota either.
yeah. But your new life at Bella, artwork's going busy. The t-shirts also designs t-shirts.
Well, I did. I'm not
We
doing it
did past
anymore.
tense. Oh, okay.
Yep, yep. Things have changed a lot in the last half
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've my big things now. I'm door dashing
I
to
heard,
make some
yeah,
money, and I'm doing art and I'm writing. So
yeah,
that's
writing and art and three Goldies, an Alice B. Reader Award winner. That's so cool.
yeah, that was just recent. That was really exciting. I
That
was
is so freaking
wow.
cool.
Yeah, that was pretty stunning. I wasn't expecting that, that's for sure.
And hanging with Lori Lake. I mean, that's great inspiration right there.
It is. God, Lori she's not only a great writer, but she's just a wonderful human, a great friend.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I hope she's getting a book out pretty soon. She's got one that's kind of in the works. Um, and I really hope it comes out because it's really good. So
She's
it's
doing, yeah, we're doing our first like panel. We're doing a fanfic one. I owe it all to the Warrior Princess this fall. She's going to be on that.
oh, that's right. I have it in my calendar, I think.
Yeah, we haven't set because I have to organize 10 writers.
10.
Well, I think we're gonna have to split this because,
Yeah,
yeah. But we've got some good names. I'm not saying who yet, except for
sure, sure.
myself,
Yeah,
Lori,
yeah.
Val Brown,
Yep.
um,
Nice.
Tex Bard, Lynn Christ. She's doing it. But yeah, you get a bunch of writers together and you have to get them to agree on something,
Yeah.
like
It's
a
kind of
date and
like
time.
that.
Several of them have done this before. So
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, that'll be a great panel.
yeah, that'd be fun. So you are actually author chat number 22.
22, that's
I
amazing.
got 22 down. Yay.
Congratulations.
Only
That's
been a couple
fantastic.
months we've been doing this. So I'm excited. I'm actually really excited about this book. I mean, now who did the artwork? I'm always interested in that.
Um, Somebody at Bella did it, and um,
I
it's
don't
kind
know.
of a she who shall not be named situation right now. So,
Okay, someone at Bella
yeah.
did it.
Yes, a
Okay, so
fantastic
yeah,
person,
we
Bella
we
did
do
it.
have
Yeah,
the golden rule here. If you can't say something nice, all right. So someone at Bella,
yeah,
we're going with
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But I think this is my favorite cover of all of them so far. I really like it.
you've had some great covers, and I don't know if you've seen this before. Well, I used to do a little intro, and I saw one recently with Annette Moray that I not
Uh,
only cut it where I speak, and I not only cut it out on her video, I just had to stop doing that.
oh,
So what it is, it's a montage of your books.
oh, sure,
So
sure.
it'll be that, and
Yeah.
then you and I are do this,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then links like your website.
Yeah, nice.
Yes,
I'm
and then
super
again, links in the description below if you want to pre-order a Shanghai. But on May 21st, that's soon.
21st, coming out very soon.
Very
Yeah.
soon. It's coming, and
Yeah.
they had moved it up as well.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in June,
Good.
and something happened, and they asked if, well, we just needed to finish a few extra edits. We got those done, and they asked if it'd be okay if we moved it up, and I said, yeah, no problem.
I don't think a lot of people understand the process. I think they think you turn in, oh, it's like, oh yeah, my book's done, and you go, and then it comes out. It's like,
Yeah, not so
no,
much.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yeah,
It's like
you turn it in, and then goes to an editor, and you come back with some
we do a little beta, we do a
suggestions
little
and
that.
comments, and betas before that. Yeah.
And did you realize that she never opened that car door,
Yep, exactly. What color was her eyes, 14 pages back?
or is Nan done? Want to ask Kate Sweeney, is she ever going to take a bite of that donut?
It's kind of funny because as you're writing, you don't always think of these things. So you need those editors, you need those beta readers, you need those folks who can see the bigger picture. Because as you're writing and as you finish it and then you're going through your own revisions, your eyes start to cross after a while and you don't see things that are right there. So you need those kind of people.
I often feel, do you often feel the same way that you're caught up in the moment, that you're just along for the ride sometimes?
I don't. I wish I did. Every once in a while I do. I'm an outliner, and I bet you are a pantser, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Yep. Yep.
So it's a good thing
Oh,
you're staying with Lori because she has got a PowerPoint presentation.
or you could be a panty liner.
I am kind of a, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've written 400 pages just by sitting down and doing it. I went,
If I did
okay,
that, I'd never finish. That's the problem. I knew that I would
that
never.
is that. See, that is the that's why it might take too long. It's because I don't
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a path to follow. I kind of have scenes that I put out there, and I kind of know I'm going from one place to another to another. So I have a path, but I can veer off the path, but I can come back to the path. And that keeps me on track. And then I will finish a book eventually.
Now, tell us about Shay's band of misfits. Now, those.
So so Shay's mom was killed in a car accident when she was a kid. And she's got a mother figure named Eddie, who's this little black lady who's a spitfire. She's willing to get into anything, and when she breaks into things, into places, she needs to make sure to wear her neon high tops, or can't go do that. Um, and Shay's dad is around, and kind of between he and Eddie, they raised Shay. So, but her dad did not really appreciate the fact that Shay was gay, and he's come around now, which is good. But
Mhm.
they had a lot of conflict for a long time. Coop is Shay's best friend, and he's a 6'4" ex-chain smoking vegetarian who belongs to the Green Beans for Peace and Preservation, which is a environmental group that he would always get in trouble with. Her girlfriend JT is a detective from Minneapolis, and while Minneapolis in reality does not have detectives, because I write fiction, they do.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
and she's gonna probably be moving on from Minneapolis into another situation at some point here pretty quick. Then there's Rocky and his wife Tulip. And Rocky is sort of a Rain Man kind of guy. If you saw the movie Rain Man,
Mhm.
the the Dustin Hoffman in it's almost like autism, but there's some kind of a genius thing in him where if he dropped all the matchsticks, he knew how many were in the box.
Right.
Well, Rocky kind of has that. He's just kind of a conglomeration of a bunch of different things that I've kind of seen. And he's adorable. And he likes to wear his aviator hat pulled down, even though it's 90 degrees outside. And he is, he's got a photographic type memory where, like, if he sees something or hears something, he can recall it verbatim. So that's come in handy a few times in the
I was
books.
gonna say, and all of these skills, Eddie, it's tote Eddie. These are
Yep.
all skills that are gonna help Shay
Yes. Exactly.
along the
Exactly.
way. Who's
Uh-huh.
just going on? Let's get ends up locked up in the Shanghai tunnels beneath Portland. Now, aspiring writers out there, what would your advice be these days?
My advice to aspiring writers has been for a long time, and I stick with it, that you need to write what's in your heart.
There we go.
You need to write what you want to write. Don't go chasing after what you think is popular at the
Hmm.
time. I've seen a lot of writers crash and burn when they do that. Uh, and writing isn't for the faint of heart, as you well know. It's not something that is just a lark. You got to sit your butt in the chair, and you have to do it. And it doesn't take, 2 days. It takes maybe 6 months or a year to get a book
That
done,
would
just
be
to get
so
it
nice.
written.
Now let's do this. Let's sit down today and write a bestseller.
Yeah,
That would be lovely.
exactly. Yep. And so I really think that you got to love what you're doing, because you're probably not going to make a lot of money doing it. But if writing moves you, if it brings you to different places, if it brings you up, right. Um, and if you wind up interested in publishing, or somebody thinks you ought to be, look into it. Uh, if you want to write in the lesbian realm, there's a lot of different lesbian publishers out there. And all I can really say for that is follow their manuscript guidelines.
Yes.
Do not just throw your book out there and say, hey, here's my book, publish it.
And
Follow
yeah.
those guidelines and make it as good as you can get it before it goes in.
And when you're submitting, don't say my friends really like it or not. There's submission
Exactly.
guidelines for a reason. And
Yes.
yes.
Yep. Yep.
But my friend Michael said, I want to say,
Yeah.
I'm sure your
My
mom
mom
liked it
said,
too.
yeah.
There's guidelines.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
it's and there are a lot out there these days. It's come a
There are.
long way. There used to be
It
like
has.
two, three, and then
Yep.
even there was a time that you couldn't cross genres, and now you can,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
should if you
Yep.
want to, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. And there's also, lots of indie publishing going on, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, me
And
too. I
again,
love
I
it.
do, again, my caution there is, get that manuscript polished up as good as it can. Have an editor who is not a friend, who is not a parent, who is not a lover, who is not anybody go through it, but they need to know what they're doing.
Yes, that's why you
They
hire an editor.
exactly hire it done, hire it done,
Some
and make sure
fabulous
it's
editors out there.
a person that will really help you. And the other thing is, you have to be able to take some hopefully gentle either criticism or constructive criticism because you're not going to be perfect. You're going to need help and you've got to be able to accept that help.
Right.
So I think that's a really big key too is being able to be open to hearing what is wrong with your manuscript, what needs to be fixed, and also what is working.
It's hard sometimes. Things like the Writing Academy
Yes.
is fabulous.
Yes, the GCLS Writing Academy. The Golden Crown Literary Society is an organization that helps support women loving women writing, um, lesbian authors, the
Yeah,
whole gamut. And they have the Writing Academy, which you can participate in. It does have a fee, but I believe they have scholarships.
they have scholarships. I know Dylan Watson went through there.
Yeah.
Susan Maher is one of the mentors.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, you
I
can't.
think Georgia Beers has been, Ellen Hart has been.
Then I know Kate Sweeney has been.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, it's a good, and there are other organizations as well looking into, because you think, going in, this is you're going to get some feedback that you may or may not like.
Right.
It's hard to hear sometimes, but
It is hard to hear. It
yeah,
is
it's
hard
gonna
to hear.
hurt sometimes.
Yeah.
Another question. Well, there's just six on these, but what's your favorite piece? Because you've also done short stories. We have Women in
Yep.
Uniform behind me, which was well, at the time Regal, and now
Eagle
that's
Fest. Yep.
Flash. Yeah, Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Yep.
Yeah.
So what is my favorite what? What's the question?
Your favorite of yours pieces,
Oh,
book. Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
okay.
Is it like picking a favorite child or
I don't know. I don't have kids, so I wouldn't know that. But no, I'm kidding.
favorite cat?
I right now Shanghai is my favorite. I think that as anybody writes, each book that they put out, they get a little stronger and a little stronger and they have a little more
Yeah.
experience. But I really like some of the twists that I put in Shanghai and I'm really excited for readers to get a hold of it and I want to get some feedback, good, bad, or ugly, um, as to what has gone on and what they think. Um, but I will hold my promise that I will not kill any animals and I will not kill any of our favorite people, but they might get banged up a little bit.
I'm still trying to think of the name of the author who did that, and it's forever being brought up to her. And she said, "I'll never kill the dog. I killed the dog." Oh my God. You can't kill the dog. And I remember I was in Austin and someone brought up something that I mentioned briefly in an epilogue,
Oh,
and it wasn't the dog, it was worse. And they're like, and Carol, the hat, the red hat, she read
yes.
it, and she said, "Oh, that character was just selfish at the end." And someone said, "Well, I'm never reading that book if that's what you did in it." And I said, "Well, it was like a
Oh,
blurb in the epilogue. I'm not the woman's
mm.
ever reading the book or anything else I'm reading." But yeah, you got to tread lightly on that. Don't kill the dog. Let me tell you, never
Yeah, don't kill the
hurt the
dog, don't kill the cat.
no, no, not the fur kids.
Yep.
Just tread lightly on that, and
Exactly.
I have fur kids. I love them. I love them.
I did too. Yeah, it's
And
yeah.
uh, yeah, we got Boston in the other room now. Our little rescue.
Oh,
She's
nice.
just love her and done
What
with.
kind of a dog is she?
She's a shepherd mix. We're
Nice.
not quite sure what the mix is, but she's just like we thought
Oh,
she might be a little bit of a service. No, can I eat that? Can I eat that? Can I eat that? Yeah,
she's just happy.
that's it. Uh, well, I'm so excited about this book and your new partnership with Bella Books. Outstanding organization. Bella,
Thank you.
love
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I really
Oh,
appreciate all the
Nat
Bellas.
Burns is coming back. Yeah, that was the other Bella.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. June's gonna be. We have Nat Burns, Faye Jacobs,
Nice.
uh, Karen Callmaker,
Beautiful. You
and
did a great
Laughlin.
job. This is
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing, folks. LGBTQ plus books are being banned in record numbers, and I'm sure there's a few barbecues going along with it. So, I want to show you what kind of books are out there. Jessie
Well,
Chandler, award-winning author, new book. Check it out. And
there it is.
there it is. There it literally is. Oh my God, I love it. So thank you so much for joining me, Jesse. Great chat, and I will hopefully see you in the near future. I'm trying not to block the books. Wait a minute, let me do this.
Yes, hopefully so, Mavis. I really appreciate this. I think you're doing an outstanding job and a necessary one for our community. So thank you for that.
Let's get the word out. It's books.
It's books, it's love, it's heart.
It's art. It's fabulous. Uh,
Yep.
Thank you again and again.
Thank you.
Click like and subscribe. Thank you, folks.